us. It's a beautiful day. Look at this. And we're all at home, stuck in quarantine, and looking for some things to do. We can show some love to our minis. So by doing that, we're going to show you guys a DIY project on how to properly apply the vinyl stickers to add that horsepower you might need.
That's right. You got to stick to rule number 5, everybody. More stickers equals horsepower.
Right. So first of all, I want to introduce our new team member, our leadership team.
Sean's waving.
Chris.
I'm Chris. Hello.
Yeah, and I'm Larice. You guys probably see me up a little bit. But show us some love. Make sure you guys hit those hearts. We want to make sure you guys are on there watching us. And if you're watching live, let us know you're watching live. If you're watching a replay, let us know it's a replay and where you're from. And you'll know it's live by the little red live up in the corner. So anyway, make sure you show some love, like we're going to be showing some love to our minis.
That's right. So we got Bradley, Cooper, and Tardis we're going to be giving a little bit of love to today.
Thank you, Chris, for doing this.
Absolutely.
Kind of wrangled them into this. So I'm going to be putting on my logo. Carl, you're turning it, and it's got to be the other way.
It's got to be this way.
Oh, okay. Anyway, our cameraman, I shouldn't give him directions, but anyway.
Thank you, Carl, for helping.
Thank you, Carl. Thank you. So our logo has a lot of little deep cuts and
small details.
Small details.
Yeah.
So I noticed this when I was trying to put it on. It was a little difficult getting off the backing.
Yeah.
And it didn't stick very well. And I found out it was how I was doing it. So Chris is here.
I actually used to work in installations of graphics and side art for cars when I was in college. So that was one of my first jobs playing with cars. And I do all my own graphic installations on my own. I don't ever take it to anybody. And there's actually 2 methods we're going to be showing you today. Dry installation and a wet installation. Dry installations are a little bit for people who are more comfortable, steady hand, and trust where they're putting their decals. Wet installation is a little bit better for if you're not so sure that it's straight, you'll be able to move it around until it's dry, which is really awesome. Makes it a lot easier, less stressful.
Okay, so we're going to start with Bradley here, and Tardis is going to get his little horsepower on too.
That's right.
So show us.
The first thing you want to do is make sure the surface in which you're going to be installing is nice and clean. If you have microfiber cloth, really cool, that's really great for it. Otherwise, pretty much just need this stuff right here. You need yourself some glass cleaner, paper towels, some tape to make sure you have your graphics nice and straight. And then you want to have either a squeegee or a credit card, kind of get all those air bubbles out. For bigger installations such as bigger stripes, try to have like a knife ready, like a razor blade, that way if there's any air bubbles you can pop it. So
you're on call.
I am on call today, it appears.
Important guy.
Not so important. Alright, so sorry about that, guys. So what you're first you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure, like I said, make sure that area is nice and clean. You don't have to spray it directly on the window, you can do it on the rag.
And all this pollen, you guys, oh my gosh.
It's a battle.
I just cleaned, Bradley, just an hour ago. There's already pollen on top of them, so that's, I'm sure you all are experiencing a little bit of that.
You're loving the dust. Alright, so right about right where you want to install it, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Right here,
right there. Okay, so now that that's nice and clean, we want to just take a little piece of tape. If you want to use gloves, it's really nice. You don't get any kind of fingerprints on your windows, and it's easier to be a perfectionist like me and not have to worry about it.
Show some love to Chris for doing this. Yeah, right. So I want to see those hearts going up.
Alright, so if it's like this, you just tape it down so that way you can see, okay, is that kind of general where I want it to be? If it is, awesome. So you always use masking tape, don't use duct tape. No residue.
Yeah.
So what you're going to do now, you have that spot, it's already marked. You want to either use a hair dryer or a heat gun. Grace was so awesome to bring a Revlon heat tool.
Yes, yes, my beauty supply stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
You can jury rig it. It'll
Now
work.
this is what I found interesting, because when I had a logo here that didn't stay. It was the tips were coming up, all those ends were coming up.
Right, especially around those waves.
The waves and all the little tiny details.
So right around here it can get a little finicky.
And I didn't realize, and this is what Chris is so great, is that using a little bit of heat helps supply. Maybe you can explain why that is.
So the adhesive on here being a nice vinyl graphic, the adhesive actually, when it's heated, it activates better. So it actually becomes more sticky, more viscous. So you don't have to do much. I'd say turn it on hot and turn it on high. And you're just gonna apply it to the side that has the adhesive to it. So on these, it's the white side.
And this will help it come off the backing too. If you're having a hard time getting it off the backing, this will do it. It took me 20 minutes to get this logo off the backing without me.
So you don't have to do it very long, just until it starts getting warm. And being said, we're going to do a wet up application on this. That takes some of our window cleaner, just spray it on. So, and then go ahead and remove the backing. Just be careful when you're removing it. You don't want to pull it off. You want to roll it off. So if you want to go ahead and apply some heat there. See how it just kind of rolls off really nice and easily when the heat's on it?
Oh yeah, that's great.
So just kind of slowly, just take your time.
Has a lot of little pieces to it, so you gotta...
And don't ever feel like you have to
take
go
your
in
time.
one direction. You can turn the decal, start at different angles. Let's go ahead and turn that on all the way up on top there. The downside of wearing gloves is that they get sticky.
Oh, they stick to the glove.
It wants to.
And because this logo has a lot of little details, you just need to take your time. So
Definitely,
this
just
will
take
probably
your
take a little time.
And it's okay if you bend the paper portion because it's just going to go in the garbage anyways.
See, I have a job. I don't just stand here.
Just be careful, it might blow out like that because as you're getting it warmer, it's also
yeah.
stretching as well. So that's why you want to take it nice and simple.
It already looks like it's come off quite a bit.
Yeah, it really has.
I had like a heck of a time getting it off. And you got a red one, didn't you? Because they come in different.
Yeah,
they come in different
colors.
colors. And if you guys are looking to find out how to get one of these, here I've printed off the picture that's on. It's with Smarter Motion 4x4. They've been awesome. They've been really great helping me design. And it's on Etsy. So this particular one was $6. It's about 5 inches. So if you guys are looking,
If you guys want to show them the back of a TARDIS, I have a blue one on there that I got customized.
yeah, we got them in different colors. And then my white one right here on the other side. Thank you, Carl. You're awesome. And while we're sitting here waiting, I want to thank everybody who is doing essential jobs and out there working. We really appreciate it. I know a lot of MINIacs in our club are very involved, and we really appreciate you guys and want you guys to be safe. And thanks everybody for helping. So we're still trying to get the logo off. It's
Like I said, very finicky.
It's a finicky logo, so it's just, this is normal.
Just be patient. Don't get frustrated.
But the heat really, really helps.
It really has. And you
Gets
see,
it right off
it
there. It just
actually
comes
flatten
right
it down
off.
too.
Yeah. Helps get the bubbles out probably when you get it on the...
Yeah, exactly. I should have one already pre-made, done, ready to go.
You know what? I'm going to go get the cards.
Okay, you can show the cards.
I can show you the cards.
Sorry it's taking so long, guys.
This is just part of it. Gotta have patience.
Finicky work equals finicky outcomes.
Right. I think I forgot to put... Another thing while we're waiting for this is that we also got some new cards for ice spotted cards. So if you guys are interested in them, that's what the front side looks like. And this is what the back side looks like. They're pretty awesome. Let us know and we'll try to get you some. We'll be handing them out at the next drive. What's the next drive?
May 2nd drive.
May 2nd?
And unless you guys are hitting tomorrow's drive, that one will be beautiful on the right on the west coast.
Yeah, Kitsap County Minis, they are doing their drive around the Olympics. And our next drive for our club is the, what's it called? White Pass. I think it's the White Pass
White
drive.
Pass trip, that's right.
Yeah, White Pass drive, so check that out.
Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and apply it. Gotta go ahead and turn that one off. So you can kind of apply it directly onto the liquid.
Oh,
so
great.
that way you can move it around. It can also squeegee out, use squeegee or a credit card.
Oh,
Squeegee
cool.
out all the water out the sides. Now with this application, you're going to want to let it sit after you install it, after you apply it to there and you're getting all the squeegee water out. You want to let it sit and let it dry for a while.
Cool, we could do yours.
Exactly.
Excellent.
Yes, you make 2 for 1 here. Just take it easy, just make sure to get all the air bubbles out. You can get these at like O'Reilly's or Pet Boys for like 50 cents. Usually they come in packs of like 5 for $1. Really cool. Or if you're lucky, when you buy your decals, either from eBay, Amazon, or any kind of specialized dealer, sometimes they send them to you for free.
Actually, 4x4 does. The Motion 4x4, they send theirs.
That's actually where I got this one.
Yay!
Oh,
yep,
the best.
Yep.
And this is actually really nice because it's going to be a lot more stiff than this. So you can actually get way more more air out of the spaces as well.
No, it's great. I wish you were here when I did my first one.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and let that sit and dry for a little bit.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Sun will dry that right up. It's warm out.
So I'm going to be installing mine not on a window, but I'm going to be installing it directly onto the paint, which is fine. You don't have to worry about that. It's not a bad thing. Just want to make sure, once again, you can either use window cleaner, Windex, or rubbing alcohol. Use rubbing alcohol very sparingly. Just want to make sure the area is clean and dry. Hoping it doesn't show any dents.
That's okay. That's just character, right?
That's right. It means I've taken it off-road way more than I probably should have. Can I go ahead and get one of the MINIacs decals? Or is that just the one?
I just got
Okay,
one.
never mind.
Oh,
So,
I'm sorry.
we're going to do a little bit differently. I actually have brought with me more fun decals.
I gave away all my decals.
I am going to be installing my fun themed racing stripes today.
I love that.
So,
love that.
I'm getting ready to make my Turnus completely parade ready by turning it into Star Wars theme.
Yeah, don't forget the parades this summer. Hopefully
That's what I'm looking
they'll
forward
be
to.
happening with all this.
Absolutely. So one thing you want to do, make sure you have the area that you want kind of idealistic where you want to put it. You want to have your idea already drawn out in your head. Put it on paper if it helps. And definitely make sure you do measurements beforehand. Mini Coopers have smaller hoods. You don't want to get one decal that's going to go over the lip, over the nose. So I've already been heating my, this has been sitting out in the sun for a while, so it's nice and warm, my hood is. So it should be actually pretty easy to apply.
Yeah, you won't have to use the dryer.
Yeah.
See, I think I was like in 30-degree weather when I did mine. And I think the colder it is,
the more difficult.
The more difficult.
The prime temperature you want to do installation of decals is no colder than 55 degrees outside. When you get below 55, it makes the adhesive a lot more, not as tacky.
Hi sir, how are you?
As well as it will actually make the decals more brittle. So you want to make sure you're installing at least 55 degrees or in a garage that has some sort of temperature control. Try to keep up with all the pollen out here.
Yeah, the pollen's bad.
It's bad today. So I'm going to make sure I'm going to put this in an area. I want this in the left side.
Ooh, this is going to look awesome. You want this?
Oh, this is good for now.
Okay, you got one.
Yep, got one up top. And you want to make sure, like I have a clear coat vinyl hood protector. I don't want to go over it. It's very nice. I got lucky. I got it with the car. So this one should actually come off pretty easily because I've been warming it up for the past about 14 hours on my window. Great way to get these nice and tacky. If they come in rolled form, you want to do as flat as possible. So take some masking tape, put them in your sliding glass door if they're facing the sun. As that door heats up, this will get nice and flat.
That's a great tip.
Yeah. So what you're going to want to do, make sure now we have all that area nice and clean. We're going to do it backwards.
Oh, backwards.
Like I said, just kind of start the roll. Even pop the decals off a little bit. Because I'm actually going to be cutting some of this off right at the trim line. So give yourself some space. Always give yourself enough room to mess up on accident.
Again, and this is something you can't rush. You have to just take your time and do.
Exactly. If you rush it, then you might not have straight decal. You might get a bend where you don't want it to be bent. As you can see, it's coming off really nicely.
You want me to help hold?
So, fold it over. I have about a ½ inch, so I'm actually going to cut that little logo. I'm going to put it somewhere else. So you can actually cut as you're peeling, cut certain areas off to relocate it if it's not going to fit right. Carl has the knife. He's already ready. Look at that. And can I go ahead and get my
I don't know which tool is your preference.
I like using the squeegee to start off because it's nice and flexible. That way it's not going to be too tight, like too stiff to get in the corners. You can get that later in the second round.
Make sure you guys, if you're just tuning in, to give us some hearts, some love, because we both haven't done this before, so we're kind of excited. And yeah, just let us know if you're watching it live. And
let us know what you think.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, Carl, I know it's hard to see the screen, but if there's some questions, anybody has, if anybody has any questions.
We got Larace here.
Yeah, and if we can't see the screen and see your question, go ahead and put your question in there, and Chris or I will get back to you with the answer.
Oh yeah, I have plenty of time to answer any questions once we're done with this.
Believe me, I'm going to be really asking him a lot of questions. He's got some, he goes on the internet and finds all sorts of impressive stuff, so yeah.
I'm all about trying to make my Mini just a little bit more unique from everybody else's.
And that's what everybody wants. That's what's so neat. Everyone wants to have that unique looking Mini.
Yeah.
It makes the personality.
That's right. Especially with all the fun stuff coming in the summertime. It's a perfect time to be doing it, to get ready for parade season, get ready for beach season, you know, for all those fun, you know, people out there who miss those old Woodies from the 70s and 60s. This is a great opportunity. You can get Woody decals for the side of your Minis that go across your doors.
Well, a lot of people are blacking out their
Yep. So got my
See,
blacked out
he
light
blacked
frames.
out his
I have
chrome.
not touched the back ones yet.
Yeah.
That's the next project.
Tell me about the name.
So TARDIS, when I first got this car, I took it for a test drive and I was so blown away at the size of the interior inside. And me, I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. I know it goes quite the opposite direction from doing Star Wars, but my Doctor Who fixation was the first thing that popped in my head is this is bigger on the inside. And that's the first thing that everybody says when they walk into the TARDIS is it's bigger on the inside. So I decided to name her TARDIS.
Nice.
But I'm going with Star Wars route, so
I like the Star Wars route. Oh my gosh, people are gonna.
Should I rename it?
If you love the Star Wars that he's putting on there, show some hearts, because I think this is gonna be amazing, especially when you get your other decals.
Oh yeah.
You know.
So
you can do the other ones.
Yep. So make sure it's nice and flat. You're looking around. Make sure you feel around. See if there's any kind of air bubbles, anything like that. So there's a nice flexible side and there's a little bit more hard side. Do the flexible side up in the corners, run it down. You're gonna hit the hard side. Make sure it's actually in the corner.
Do you think peeling off is the hardest part?
Peeling off is the hardest part because you'll want to do it right away. Let it sit for a little while. Make sure all those air bubbles are out.
Oh, so wait, don't pull it off right away.
Don't do it instantly. I know it's such a hard thing
because
you want to see it. I want to see what it looks like. You can't. You gotta be patient.
Is there such a thing as too hot?
Yes. So you don't want to really install over, say, 77 to 80 degrees. Past that, your tackiness is going to be a little bit too much. And it could actually ruin the decal because then you start getting air bubbles and start getting ripples because of the heat.
If you end up with air bubbles later, is there a way to get those out?
Yes. So if you get air bubbles, you notice you get air bubbles. Say if I got an air bubble right in the middle of this little TIE fighter, I would take just a X-Acto knife or a box knife, just do a little prick. You don't have to make a line, just a dot. And then you just squeeze it out in a circle. Don't do it across, but make sure to do it in a circle motion. So that way it builds it up and then you can flatten that mountain down after that hole's been popped.
Very cool. Has probably be warm would help.
Yeah.
Again.
Definitely.
Pliable. Wow, this is gonna look awesome.
Okay, so before I pull this off, I'm gonna go ahead and make that cut. I do actually have an X-Acto knife.
Should I make the noise? Pew pew.
Pew pew. Right. So try to use sharp blades. That way you don't have any kind of accidental cut. I don't trust
myself with blades.
I have been working with blades since I was a kid. Another fun fact. My family actually builds custom knives.
Oh.
Yeah, they're from California and Chicago. So I've been playing with X-Acto knives and customizing for quite some time.
And he has all 5 fingers.
Yeah, he still has all his fingers.
I still have all my fingers.
And thumbs.
My uncle, who's been doing it for over 30 years, still has all of his fingers too, amazingly enough.
If you guys are still, if you're watching us, let us know where you're from. If you're from the Seattle area or somewhere else, so we can keep track of where we're reaching.
Yeah.
Oh. Carl's telling me to move over because I'm not in there.
Oh,
I like the
gotta be in the shot, right?
The half face.
Like background.
Oh, the background. I told him not to get a dog dumping in the background, so.
So far, I think we're good, right?
We're good. I think we're good. Carl doesn't always look at the background.
Just a city worker, that's it.
Just a city worker. Oh, yeah.
Hard at work. Essential employees.
I thought he was going to outline a body here. Oh.
All right, so.
Okay, the unveiling.
Here we go. You just want to go from a corner, and what you're going to do, you're not going to pull up, you're going to roll it back.
Oh, roll it. So rolling it is important. Oh, look at that.
Go from the corner too.
Pew, pew, pew.
So as you're going, you're also going to make sure that all of your decals are being pressed.
Oh, okay.
So that way.
I didn't do that. That's another thing I did not do.
And you want to drag from the adhesive back. So that way, if there's anything pulling up, you're automatically flattening it back out from the adhesive on.
You want to get from this angle too?
So you can even do it this way. You can push it. You'll end up with a nice roll up at the end, hopefully.
That looks amazing.
Nice Steady pace.
So yeah, you twist it and then eventually you'll be able to go straight back.
I can just see this all over your car. It's gonna be amazing.
I can't wait for parade
He's getting
season.
it ready for parades. He's gonna have these things.
So this
dive
is
bombing
a huge
everywhere.
unveil for me because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't originally going to show anybody until May 2nd's drive when I put more decals on.
Give us some hearts if you like this, you guys.
I think it's a great idea for Star Wars, for the parades.
I love it, and the color, you know, having that
Oh,
black
yeah.
on white really stands out.
There we go.
Wow!
There it is.
Dum-dum.
Flyby.
That looks good. It's
Don't
a
mind all
flyby.
the
Oh,
sweat
nice,
spots.
Carl. Now Carl's getting more comfortable.
There we go.
Okay.
So there we go. There's an installation there. Now we can go ahead and take a look at Larissa's.
Yeah.
Back on Bradley Cooper. Remember to throw this away in receptacles that are appropriate, not recyclable.
Yes. Very good.
All right.
Not my yard.
So as you can see, all the fluid, all the nice liquids out. You got some air bubbles, so you just go ahead and push those out. And we're going to start from the corner again. A corner, any corner.
Any corner.
There we go. So like again, once again,
Look
I'd
at the
say
pollen just in that time.
just in the time period we got. Yeah,
We
enough
got
pollen
pollen.
here. Just you want to roll it off.
Oh my gosh. And this is there. It's gonna last. I was really worried that these weren't lasting.
A little bit of a ripple.
Sure. Those stay down.
So if you start having them pull up, roll it back. And just put a little bit of pressure. So you got that one that's rolling up. Roll it back. Just give it a little bit of pressure. You want to hold it down a little bit. So that way it peels off nicely.
Nice.
Just like that. And you see a little bit of liquid still coming out. That's a good thing.
Oh, that's what. Yeah. Excellent.
And then you're just going to press it in. Got a
Fix
little bit
all
of
the
wave.
little details.
Yep, and then when you're done with it, you're going to let it dry the rest of the way, and you're going to hit it real quick with some Windex. Just wash off the area and make sure that it's nice and stick.
Heat.
Heat.
It's a big. I thank you for that tip. That was awesome. You did amazing. Thank you so much. Again, I want to if you guys are looking for the logos, to get the logos, it's on Strange Motion 4x4. It's Etsy.com, and you can get those there. And we're gonna probably create a few more logos also. So, and then also let us know what you think about the cards.
I like them. They look amazing.
Yeah.
Larissa did a great job on these cards.
If you are interested in them and want to ask some questions about them, just let us know and give us some hearts. And again, thank you guys for tuning in. And be sure to look at the events calendars. We've got some events on there all summer. We're hoping that this quarantine is not going to last because we are dying to get on the road. You know, there's only so much you can do to your car.
I know.
You know, but the pollen's keeping us busy. The pollen. Thank you, Chris,
Oh, you're
so
welcome.
much. Welcome
Thanks.
to the team again.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I'm
you,
excited
everyone,
to be part of the leadership.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, and be sure to touch base with us if you guys have any questions, okay? Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hit finish.